Hi guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Marilyn. On this video, I'm going to show you how you can use a sublimation image and place it on a shirt or other fabric that would not otherwise take sublimation well. So if you're interested in learning how you can use some glitter HTV so that you can sublimate on a cotton shirt, keep watching the video. I need to go ahead and show you my design that I'm going to use today. Now I purchased this design on Etsy and it was less than $2. It came with an SVG, a PNG, and I think a JPEG, maybe one other format as well. I opened the SVG version in Inkscape, and I made it where all these bright pink things are on one layer. Then I had all the light pink things on a separate layer, and everything in black was a third layer. I saved it as a new file, then I brought it into Cricut Design Space, and then I could just change the color of each layer to what I wanted it. Now my design is going to go on a purple shirt, so I changed the colors to purple. After I changed it to the way I wanted it, I flattened it to use it as a print and cut image. Now this right here is going to be my glitter HTV. This is going to be the backdrop for my design. I'm putting this on a purple shirt. And so if I didn't have a white backdrop behind it, then everywhere you see white, my purple shirt would come through. And I wouldn't be able to sublimate on it because the shirt doesn't have a high enough polyester count. To get this background, I took the SVG and I contoured out all the cut lines in the middle, and I saved this as a cut file. Now here's the heat transfer vinyl that I'm using. It's a white glitter. The bottom side is the hard carrier sheet. It acts as your transfer sheet. Here's what the packaging looks like. Cricut Glitter Iron-On, and it's a strong bond product. Now I always check my blade just to make sure there's nothing on it. You just push it out and kind of wipe it off, drop it back in. Now we're ready to go ahead and load our mat. And now that the C's flashing, we're ready to send it in to cut. And since that was just cutting around the outside edge, it went really quickly. Now I just need to weed off the outside. Okay, doesn't look like much right now. I don't even know which way it goes. But once we have our printout done, we'll be able to tell. The printer that I'm going to use for today's project is an Epson EcoTank 2760. Now I picked this up at Costco. Actually, my sister-in-law picked it up for me, and it was $249. Then I bought some Cosmos ink online, and I put that in the tanks instead of the ink that came with it. For my sublimation paper, I'm going to use this Koala brand. Besides being excellent quality, the thing I like about the Koala brand is you can easily tell the back from the front. Some brands you can't. So you just flip up this little lid and put your paper in facing forward. Then I always get this warning that the paper doesn't match my settings and to confirm if I want to continue. Once again, it's asking me, do I want to continue printing? So I click OK. There's also a tray in the front you can pull out, and that'll just catch your paper. Now I think in the picture it's really hard to see, but I have my heat press set for 400 and my timer set for 40 seconds. Now I want to go ahead and place my shirt on my heat press, and I want to pre-press it for about 15 seconds to remove any moisture. Then I want to put some type of blowout paper between the two layers of my shirt in case any of the gases get through the first layer. Now, remembering that my first layer is actually the glitter HTV, I'm going to go ahead and reduce my temperature to 300. And now while we're letting that heat down, let me show you the process. I'll iron on the glitter HTV. I'll take the transfer sheet or the carrier sheet off. And then I'll put my print down on top of the glitter and press that on for 40 seconds. And what happens is that sublimation print sublimates beautifully into the glitter HTV, and then you have a little sparkle left as well. Now with the white glitter, if I wanted to, I could have just cut where you see color here, but I didn't want to see that much of the purple shirt through it, and so I opted to go with the full outline of the image. Now my heat press is still a little hot, but I'm going to go ahead and try this. Now I have a Teflon sheet attached to my heat press with some magnets. I'm just going to put this down for about 5 seconds. Really all I want to do is tack down the HTV because it will get fully adhered when I put the sublimation print on. The online Cricut Interactive Guide says to wait and peel this once it's cool to the touch. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get that off. And then I think I'll go ahead and cut around this. I'm not going to be super picky, not really a fussy cut, but I'll get it pretty close. Okay, I thought I had this on film, but basically I laid down my design and matched it up to the white glitter as well as I could. So the white glitter's under there. And then I put some heat-resistant tape on to hold it in place. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this down for 40 seconds at 400 degrees. Now, if you would have seen me lining it up, you would have heard me say I wasn't too concerned if a little bit of the white glitter showed outside of the design, because I'm going to have so much of the white showing through the center of the design anyway. So for that reason, I didn't get uber picky about how it was. Okay, so I let some of that steam or whatever that was clear out. Let's take the tape off and check out our design. Oh, that's pretty. Oh my goodness, that's pretty. Look at that. That is so cute. So here's what I was talking about. See, I have a little bit of the white outside up here, so I did not have my design just perfectly placed. But because I have so much white in the design, I wasn't concerned about a little bit of white showing on the outside. Now some people will do a rectangle piece of glitter iron-on, and then they'll do a whole picture in a rectangle. If that were the case, and your picture doesn't have a lot of white in it, you'd probably want your picture to be just a little bit bigger than your white vinyl so that you don't have a little white vinyl peeking through. But in my case, this is adorable. Thanks so much for joining me and sticking it out till the end. Until the next video, bye-bye.